Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Justin here, as always, from Legion Gaming. I want to do a real quick follow-up video, part of a series that I've started without realizing I've started a series. The current project I've taken over. I posted a couple videos about Warlord Games Epic ACW with the black powder rules, and did a quick video of when they first came out, and then I painted some stuff up and gave a quick review on that. I want to do a follow-on video here. I don't remember if I talked in that video or not about my plans for the project. And now I know there are some people out there that are doing some really cool things with this project as far as their painting, some of their modeling, some of the customization they're doing with it. That's pretty cool. I'm not going to go to that extreme with it, but I do want to have a little bit of fun with it. And the cool thing about black powder is because the rules are so relaxed, it's very easy to play around a little bit with the modeling and make some decisions on that. So I've talked before about how I'm been a Civil War reenactor for 20-some years now, active for maybe about half of that, 3/4 of it, strongly active I should say. And the unit I portray is the 93rd Pennsylvania Volunteer Infantry, mustered out of Lebanon County, Pennsylvania. So what I wanted to do when building these is, and in another video I talked and showed a little bit about the flags and everything that come with the starter sets, which are really good for basic sets, and they give you some of the really cool famous units that are out there. What I actually wanted to do was, as I'm building these, and figure out exactly my painting technique I want to use, and really start to get into some of the customization on the units. As I get done with the first like 4 or 5 regiments of me just playing around, I wanted to be able to build based off of and around the 93rd Pennsylvania at Gettysburg. So what I did was I first looked at obviously who they belong to as far as their division, their brigade, their corps, and everything. So I did a little bit of research to expand out what I already knew. And I decided that I'm going to build my Union stuff around the 6th Corps. It's 3rd Division, 3rd Brigade. So Army of the Potomac, 6th Corps, 3rd Division, 3rd Brigade is where the 93rd actually was, or belonged to, I should say, in an organizational standpoint. So what that pertains to then is, real quick, I'm just looking at my notes here, is I broke it down by the brigades for 3rd Division. And I'm going to actually build each of my regiments based off of one of those historical regiments, to the extent of flags and all that stuff. I'm not going to get too crazy in the customization of uniforms. I'm probably going to get into cutting some of the slouch hats into kepis and all, which a lot of people have done. But I want to be able to build off of the 93rd and build outwards. Will I one day eventually have all of 6th Corps? I'd like to say yes, but that's pretty insane undertaking. So what I'm going to start first is with 3rd Brigade of the 3rd Division for 6th Corps. And that's really going to pertain to the regiments of the 62nd New York, the 93rd, 98th, 102nd, and 139th PA. That's going to be my first, I guess that's what, 5 regiments that I build. And that will give me 3rd Brigade and then build out. Now, of course, most of the scenarios in Black Powder and Glory Hallelujah list specific list building or this many brigades to this, and that's fine. This is just something kind of fun, and just with the flags that you get in the box sets, you can put flags on units, and then they're just part of this brigade or whatever, and it's not really a 100% historical thing. But this is just more of a personal thing that I want to build. And build out. And the cool thing is again, with reenacting the 93rd, we actually have sister companies. There's an organization that reenacts the 98th and does the 139th as well. So, you know, I grew up taking the field on these flags and everything, so it's kind of cool to be able to do this. So, where does that lead to? We all know, we've talked before, Warlord Games is kind of scale locked at 13.5. There's a lot of cool videos out there, and I'm not going to get into it, about 15 mil paired up against it, and a lot of people doing some customization with that, of mixing. I know some people are just using straight out other companies and just using these rules. Whatever floats your boat, what all's good. So I'm going to keep to the standard infantry of the Epic ACW. But what I did, and I usually don't jump and promote companies too much until I've gotten a full range of their scale and what they offer, but I did some purchasing off of Stone Mountain Miniatures. My plan to be able to represent these regiments properly is, of course, each of the stands you get when you get a command stand here. You know, you get the, let's see if I can get that to focus properly. You know, you get a command stand that has two of the flag bearers on it, one there, one there. So you can do a state flag, regimental flag, whatever you want to do. That I'm going to keep the same. I'm not going to make any changes to that. But as we all know in this game, your regiments don't have any commander other than what's on that line. Where you show an independent commander is with your brigades. And so normally, get my little paper again, normally you have the brigade comes on these models is what you get with the boxes. So this represents your brigade commander, your general. What I'm actually going to do and what I actually bought is I went to Stone Mountain Miniatures and I bought, I'm sorry, I'm just looking at my notes here, a bag of there, and I'll show you this in a second, the mounted generals that could be used for both north and south. And I went and bought a pack of the flag bearers. So what I'm going to do, I'm pulling these bad boys out. The cool thing about these is the horses are separate. Let's see if I can focus on anything other than me. There we go. So decent sculpts. Horses are separate. And then the actual commanders, the generals. And this is a mixed pack, so there's a guy here with the map pointing. There's some looking through binoculars, just to give a little more feel and flavor. And then the flag bearers, they have options for slouch hats, kepis, all that stuff. I just got a pack of the kepis. This flag bearers then are just standard mounted. Guidon bearers, flag bearers can be used for multiple things. So my plan and goal is to take the brigade commanders and actually do something where I'm going to have a base with a general mounted and a flag bearer mounted. So at the brigade, I could show that it's 3rd Brigade. I may even go as far as do multiple flags there, so I could show it's, you know, 3rd Brigade of 3rd Division, or whatever that may be. And then the overall general on a field, which when you get the box set, you get Meade, which convenience the Army of the Potomac. So I could use Meade for my overall general, but then I can actually have, if I don't want to go to that extent, I can actually go and have a mounted general with a flag bearer showing that it's 6th Corps. And so my plan is, I'm just going to hold it up, I'll show you the stuff on the table here, but I have these different size standard round Mdf bases. In comparison, you know, you can see where that fits onto that. So in comparison, you'll see that it's much bigger base, but again, with black powder, it doesn't really matter because it actually says you measure to the model and you're allowed to do dynamic stuff. So the bigger bases may work well to put the general and maybe 2 flags on it. Smaller bases that I have may work a little bit better just for the mounted general and the flag bearer. But this way I could actually do a little bit more dioramic and actually show, you know, the different flags on the backfield, which I think is a really cool thing you can do with this game, especially if you are a history lover, specifically American Civil War lover. You can actually get into doing all of that customization and figure that out from there. So where does that lead into? Well, one of the other really cool things that Stone Mountain has, and I strongly recommend looking at, is sheets for flags. You can actually purchase them. I think they are $4 a sheet. And there's a slew of them. So I'm going to go through real quick and show you just what I got, what's going to help me along here for the most part. So I'm going to start here. This is pretty cool. This is the Meade's Army of Potomac flags. So all your core flags. Of course, you have Meade's flag, his garrison flag up there, not garrison, his headquarters flag, showing his on the field, and then all the core flags that fall under Army of Potomac. So of course I have, you think these would be in order? 3rd, 6th, yeah, how about the one with the 6 on it? 6 cores right there. So I have the 6th Corps flag. What I also have, I bought is headquarters and divisional flags. Now this sheet is number 29. It comes with 6th, 11th, and 12th. So again, I have another 6th Corps flag there, but then I have the 3 divisional flags for 6th Corps, which you can see, of course, has the X on it. So I'll have divisional flags right there, so I can show 1st, 2nd, and 3rd Division. And then from there, I don't have any actual specific brigade flags yet. I'm going to look to see what they have for that, or mock something up. But then I went through and just bought specific flags. So here's a whole thing of PA flags. So regimental flags that I can use, and state flags. Of course, the nice thing with this scale, like we've talked before, the regimental flags are so small that you really can't see the numbers on them of what regiment's supposed to be, so you can use them for anything. And then I went and got the Massachusetts, the New Jersey, and the New York. Now this has some specific New York ones on it, but it has just some basic New York ones as well. This one's a little bit different, actually has artillery on it, which is good because the division had a artillery brigade that was made up of, see, it had some 1st Massachusetts, we had the 1st and 3rd New York Independent Battery, we had some Rhode Island batteries, Charlie and Golf, and then some 2nd U.S. Army batteries, Delta and Golf, and the 5th U.S. So I can use that to kind of start, but I can actually go through and model the flags as well, and that maybe is something as far as back, like with the limbers and all that, that I can put a flag there. But I just thought it'd be kind of something cool to fluff them up a little bit. And again, these sheets are like, I think they're like $4 a sheet, which for the quality, they're nice print. It'll be cool to do. I'm gonna quick change the camera here because I'm curious to see what what one of these 15 mil Cav or horses look like next to the Epic ACW one. Again, they're not going to be on the same base together, so since they're going to be separate, I don't think it's going to be that great of a deal. And I know people that have mixed and matched some stuff from there. But again, just a neat little thing to do some customization for this. I know some people that are, a buddy of mine I think is doing the 11th Corps based off of a unit that he used to reenact with. I know some people that are doing some, some other stuff based off of just what they like, enjoy, what they want to build. So I think it's kind of cool that you can do that. And although the flags you get with the starter set are great, and I'll probably incorporate some of those in as well, just because they have some standard basic flags. It's really cool that there's companies out there to do this other stuff. Stone Mountain so far looks like it's great molds. One thing I will say about them is my understanding is it's kind of like a one-man show. He makes his stuff as his orders come in. So I ordered this April 15th. It is now May 17th, so a month later I get it. It ships from Colorado. So the funny thing is it took a while to get notifications, but once I got a notification, he sent it priority and it was here in 3 days, 2-3 days. So again, since it's not I'm not a rush on this. I still have 600 guys on my table right now I'm trying to paint. Not a big deal, but if you're looking for a rush order, he does do rush orders and you can contact himself. But so give him patience, give him time for I think what he's doing. It's pretty awesome. So I just want to set one of these up here while I'm talking to see exactly what it's going to look like on a table, and then I'll kind of show you with the camera. And again, if there's anyone else out there that's playing this game and is doing some kind of different type of modeling or anything from there, let me know. I'm kind of curious to see what you guys are doing, what you chose to do, why you chose to do it. I think it'd be interesting to see. So let me just set these up here. Oh geez, yeah, okay. So I'm gonna move the camera here. Bear with me in a second. But I'll show you. But there's very little difference in these models, so I think it'll look pretty cool. Give me 1 second here. All right, and here you can see the point. I don't quite have. I'm trying to hide that glare for you guys. I don't have the flag bearer on because they don't stand right because they're defaulting. But I mean, really, scale-wise, they're pretty stinking close. That one's got a little thin base on it, but that one with the foot base equals out. So again, I think it's going to be pretty cool. Instead of using these guys just to represent a brigade, and then which brigade commanders just go to, or having a little flag behind it or a little placard behind it, I can do this with specific flags. I can paint along the backside, or have something that shows exactly what that is. My plan with these, since you get one of these for every sprue, whether or not I find it's nice in a sense because you're getting a crap load of these, but even in their rules, you're only using one of these per every like 3 to 5 regiments depending on your brigade, so you get a whole bunch of these extra anyway. So my plan is, I made this up when I did the other video, so this one's already done, but my plan is to take these extra guys, probably going to cut it off the base there, And I'm going to mix these in with my Cav that I'm going to get. Because that way, I think when you buy the Cav boxes, it's $56, you get 3 regiments. I'm going to take these, intermix them, and use these as Cav as well. Now, yeah, he's an officer's frock, and yeah, with the saber, and it's thematic charge and all that stuff. But mixed in with the regular Cav, I don't think it'll look bad. And I have a buddy who has some great STL files for 15 mil stuff that works for this. So I can get a couple more command guys that I can mix in, and maybe take that 3 regiments in a box and maybe fluff it out to 4 or 5 regiments. Which will give me enough for maybe for both sides, depending on what size I do, if I'm doing small units or tiny units or whatever. So cool that I can now reuse these for something else. I'm not just throwing these away and wasting them with going to these guys. But again, it'll give me something else a little bit cooler to do. So again, if you guys are doing something like this, doing anything customization, if you're playing this game, let me know. I'm kind of curious to see. I've been kind of, I think every other day searching YouTube just to see if there's people out there that are printing or doing battle reports yet with this stuff, and I think most people are in the same situation that I'm in, where it's just painting slew after slew of models. So nothing, not quite yet. I know a couple units or a couple guys have, a couple brigades painted up or anything like that, but nothing for like the grand scale stuff you can do for it. So hopefully that'll come soon, whether it be for me or somebody else, as I keep trucking along on this. So that's all I have as an update. I was going to post this later on when I actually had it all complete, attach this to like a then and now type of thing of when they're all complete and on a battlefield, but since I don't know when that's going to get to, I just wanted to post this up. I will post updates with this project as I continue on with it, as I get stuff off the table, show you where I'm at with things, and then hopefully my goal is to demo this at our local brick and mortar, hoping July to get that kind of stuff done. So stay tuned, keep watching, let me know if you like what you're seeing, and again, let me know your thoughts on this stuff. But that is all I have for now. I've rambled on long enough. We'll catch you all later. Happy rolling. Talk to you soon. So surprise, and welcome to part 2 of, how do we want to word this, ACW, Epic ACW update part 1.5. This was supposed to be just the one part of the video, which if you had watched before this, was basically an update to some of the Stone Mountain Miniatures models that I had gotten in for my plan for Epic ACW and how I was going to model those. I was actually in the process of editing that when I got the call from my local FLGS that they got wave 2 of the ACW stuff in, which I wasn't expecting. I know some stores had already hit end of last week. The store was a little late getting it in. I guess they were late getting it shipped to them, I should say, not the store's fault. But so I wasn't expecting to get this in right away. So wave 2 hit, I got the call. I decided I was going to run down and take a look at some stuff. Wave 2 consisted of the Zouaves and the Iron Brigade box sets, and also the Cav sets. I have no use for the Iron Brigade and Zouave just yet. I will eventually, I'm sure, buy those, but with 2,400, actually 3,000, because I bought some of the regiment boxes too, or the brigade boxes too, I have enough regular infantry to last me. I want to get through them, get them painted, get them on the table. However, having some Cav for running demos right in the beginning would be very nice. So I went down and picked up the Cavalry set. This is apparently 60 guys in here. So I figured I'm going to do a quick unboxing of these, because I know there was a lot of back and forth already online about this line here. So I already ripped the shrine wrap off it. I haven't gotten into it yet. This cost me $64 at the store, which is a standard, I believe, with the non-pre-order price, because I didn't pre-order any of this stuff. The Zouave and Iron Brigades are also $64 for the Brigade boxes, which I know is a pretty good jump from the regular first wave Brigades, the basics, but that's because those are metal. I did a quick look. Iron Brigade, they're all in frock coats, and of course they got the hardy hats on. Didn't really see a whole lot of difference between that. No blanket rolls, I don't think, because they're in frock coats. Zouaves, of course, are in the full standard Zouave uniform for being metal. 64 bucks. I don't want to go, it seems a bit steep, but I don't know. I haven't seen the actual models myself yet. But this 64 bucks for Cav for 60 guys seemed pretty decent. So we're going to get into this and see what's going on. So first things first, getting saran wraps off it. I'm trying to find what this actually says. See cameras. I don't know if you can read that or not. So it says on the back, 60 Warlord Resin Epic Scales Miniature Cavalry, 2 of the sprues of the bases, 1 Union flag leaflet, and 1 Confederate flag leaflet. So right off the bat it says it's resin. I know one of the big harumps, because the website says resin too. They have this fancy little sticker on the front of it right off the bat that says limited launch edition metal figures. I don't know if that was intentional. I don't know if they don't have the resin going with these yet. I don't know if they're saying, hey, look, you know, if you bought the metal ones, it's because you bought the first run stuff and they're special. Don't know, but when I picked this box up, it's definitely metal. So we're going to get into this here real quick. I'm not going to go into too much detail. I'm going to turn the camera here and we'll get this opened up and show you what it looks like. So give me a minute to get that all set up. All right, we're going to see how this works here with this camera set up. So Cavalry Brigade, again, can be used for Union or Confederate. We're going to get in here and open this up as I knock over the camera already, guys. Awesome. High quality productions here from me. So, we got some bags. Jeez, we got more bags and more bags yet. There's the pile. Packed by Melissa. Thank you, Melissa. So 2 Cav sprues, or two of the large regular standard sprues that you get with everything else. So again, it looks like the box shows 4 bases to make a regular unit. There's 12 total. You're getting 2, 4, 6, 2, 4, 6. So you're getting enough. They're giving you some extra small bases because they're the standard sprues. Nothing fancy there. Get these knocked out of the way right away. Again, the standard flag leaflets for Confederate and for North are the exact same ones you get in the other boxes, which makes sense from the first unboxing video. It talks about how it has the Cav guide-ons and flags in here as well. So these work well. Again, if you've watched the first part of this video, you know that I bought a whole bunch of other flags already, but not any Cavalry ones. So I will actually probably be using these just for some generic Cav to get going for the demo armies. So we have a whole bunch of baggies here. They do have C6 plus C11, C7 plus C12. I'm sure that's some type of code for the actual models. We're going to get in and just open a couple of these. I'm not going to bore you with every single one. What I am going to do is hopefully, yes, I do have the bags to my left here, compare these to the Stone Mountain Cav, that are the horses at least that I got yesterday that are the metal 15 mil, not the 13.5, along with showing some of the command Cav that your command mounted command, if I can talk tonight, that you get with the starter sets, because those are also going to be mixed into these to hopefully, instead of having 3 regiments, I'm hoping to stretch it to 4 definitely, maybe 5, but we'll see how good it is. So, first bag is dumped. Oh, these are all individually packaged. Thank you, John. Alright, so some good bit of flashing. So in the first one here, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So there's 10 in this bag here. I'm gonna take a look and drop it and see if we can get these to focus in. Sorry if the lighting is really bad here. I'm trying to work at my normal chaotic painting desk. Guy carrying a pistol, looks like a little repeater on the side. Doing a quick scan through these, and again, I'm going to do the standard. I'm looking at them now, but I'll show you zoomed in what it looks like. pretty clean models. I'd heard some complaining about mold lines. Maybe I'm just really lucky with a couple of these. Again, same figure, so yeah, it looks like there's two different styles in here, so I'm assuming that that's the what they mean by the numbers on the front. So you have guy here with the pistol, running and shooting, and then one just mounted hanging out here. Yeah, I'm not seeing a whole lot of mold lines that are going to need to be cleaned up. They're pretty decent. You'll have to punch a little bit. I don't know how well it's going to show, but in between the reins, there's some extra metal in there that'll have to be punched out. Yeah, and see, there actually are stamps. Look at that. Every once in a while, I make an educated guess, and it's right. So on the bottom, they're stamped C11 and C6 for the actual models that they are. So there's one bag dumped. Kind of curious to see if there's two going in each bag, because, well, this has C1, C2, and C3. I bet you these are the commands. Because then you can mix up the bases pretty good. Packaged by Melissa. Thank you, Melissa. And dump. Trying to dump without breaking too much. So, yep, these are your three commands. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. All right. 3 gun bearers. Kepi, same model. Or same figure for each. Bugler. Again, these are pretty clean. They're pretty nice, actually. For being metal, I was a little worried at that scale, but actually metal is probably better than most times plastic. But again, as we've discussed in previous videos, the plastic for these guys are pretty good too. And then the command. So all 3 command guys are exactly the same. So all of your command bases for your Cav are going to look the same. Obviously, you can mix and match, find some other companies, that kind of stuff if you really want to. I'm just going to continue to throw these off to the side. We'll open one more bag. Again, I'm not going to open every single one of these for you because I don't want to bore you. I just want to get you an overall general feel of these. And these were Charlie 5 and Charlie 10, packaged by Morgan. Thank you, Morgan. And so 2 different models in here. So almost the same pose. We got a Kepi. Lots of flash on these. It'll have to be cleaned up though. And then yep, and just like a flop hat type of deal there. I don't know. You try the old beauty makeup thing you always see on YouTube. Hey, look, that actually works. Zoom it in a little bit. There we go. So yeah, they're actually not too bad as far as clean models go. Now what I want to do is I have some of the plastic command sprues that come out of the starters, and holding these up, yeah, they're pretty similar. I don't know if it's just that model. Let me grab another one and see. Yeah, for the most part they're fairly close. This one is just maybe the model. The horse looks a little more proportionate. This one's a little bit stocky and beefy compared to this one. But height-wise, they're pretty good. So I would hope so. Again, it's their own models versus their own models. It's just a metal to a plastic. I kind of want to see how those look. So the goal is to take all of these extra ones that I have, since I bought the Stone Mountain miniatures for my commands, and or for my brigade generals and above, is take these and mix these in with these. So if I do that right, there should be, now I've already have one of these painted up, there should be 29 of these that will give me to mix in with the other guys. And when you're talking, what, 5 to a base? I'm mathing, don't worry. 5, 10, 15. Yeah, so 20 guys make up one brigade. So having 29 of these, I can take another 20, intermix them in to give me a 4th Brigade. Now, obviously, I don't have the command guys for them. However, I got a buddy who has a really nice resin printer and has some nice STLs for some 15 mil ACW stuff. I'm going to have him make me just a command. That command may look a little bit bigger, and I'll do an update video when I get those in. A little bit bigger on that sprue compared to the other ones. But next to these, we're going to see how it matches. One final thing I want to do is these are the Stone Mountain guys that I have in here. So obviously the mounts are separate on these, but I'm going to take a look here. I keep popping the bumper up with my elbow. Actually, again, I don't know if it's just that model I grabbed. The Epic ACW stuff is pretty much the same size of the Stone Mountain 15 mil horses, except these guys are actually, the Epic, the Warlord ones are actually a little bit bulkier. These are a little bit of a thinner horse. But again, just curious to see how the mounted's going to work. They line up really well. So Stone Mountain I know has some cav with some command. I may end up picking those up as well and doing that. So all in all, again, you get a whole bunch here. Again, I'm not going to open up every single bag. But they're not as bad as I thought and was concerned with when I had seen the little bit of Facebook reviews I had seen. They're pretty impressive. It's going to be a long time before I get to painting these. Maybe you'll see them at update like 37. Who knows? But now I have them that I can finish up my brigades for each side, do a bunch of artillery, and then run some small cav as well. Got to wait till wave 3 to come out to get the dismounted so I can use them as skirmish line. But I'm pretty happy with them. I want to show one more really quick thing before I go to some stills and all of these side by side. That is something that I didn't think was coming out in 2nd wave. I thought it was part of 3rd wave, unless I missaw or misread, or they just surprised us all. And they had of course the tag is in their way, but the Epic Battles Casualty markers. Little round disc to show the casualties. I am very much a put the dice behind them type of guy for simplicity, but with doing demos and doing videos, I wanted to go ahead and actually get these and give them a shot to paint them up. These are pretty cool. I don't know how well they're going to show on the camera, so I don't know how well that shows there. Sliding all around on me, but decent little casualty markers to show obviously your casualties. So when you take your stamina hits, instead of putting dice behind them to show 1, 2, 3 stamina, you can put these in here. So these were 20 bucks. You get, I think there's 24, 2, 4, 6, 8. They're slippery as heck. 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. So you get 20 of them. A couple different versions of them, enough to mix them up pretty good. And they have like the numbers next to them, 1s, 2s, 3s, so you can actually, as you're going, if you really want to paint those up and say, hey, it has 1 casualty now, it has 2 casualties. I'm probably just going to put 1, like 2 down for 2, just because of the simplicity of trying to read that little number when you're on the battlefield. But yeah, these were a nice pleasant surprise that they had down there. Joe W, thank you. So I got these as well to get them painted up, just again for some kicks. With having 20 of them, that's good for like say 10 maybe 7 regiments. So I'll need to buy more of these as we go if I decide to go that route, but I figured for 20 bucks they're worth the pewter. So that's it. I'm going to show some pictures here at the end as I wrap this up, just to show some closeness of some of the models. Again, I said it in part 1, but thanks for watching. Let me know what you guys think of these. Let me know if you got them, if you were pleasantly surprised. I'd be curious to see these in resin, if they do come out with them in resin. But I'm surprised with them as they are. So yeah, overall, pleasantly surprised with them. They're cleaner than I thought. Again, it's going to be a long time before I get these painted up, but I figured why not, because I wanted to get this posted. I know there's been a lot of talk back and forth, so I think that's enough rambling. Again, let me know what you guys think of the models. Let me know if you're planning on getting them, if you're using mixes of other companies. I'm kind of curious to see. And if you got some pictures, throw them up. Look for us on Facebook, Coalition Gaming, and you can put the pictures up there. It'd be cool to see what you guys are working on. But that is all I have for now. I promise you there is no part 3 of this part 1 video update. This should be it. So yeah, that's all I got until I actually get some painting done, which is going to be a while. I'll show you a little bit of the chaos on my table here. So there's a whole bunch right there that I'm working on, and I have some more on the other side. Trying to get just a few regiments done. It's taking a while. But ever moving forward, ever getting paint on the plastic, I'm happy with it. So that's all I got. Talk to you guys soon. Happy gaming.